So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand Ketu placement in the 5th house of your D-9 chart in Vedic Astrology. And what are the results, whether positives and negative results that are associated with this Ketu placement. Let's try to understand in this video. Before actually deeply diving into the results which are created by planet Ketu, you need to understand the importance of 5th house of the D9 chart. Whether it's your D1 chart or it's your D9 chart, 5th house is actually going to play a very important role. But specifically in the D9 chart of Vedic Astrology, this represents the skill set which is actually present inside you. And this is also the same house which represents the skills which you are going to develop slowly over the passage of time. Suppose you born up with no skills of communication and you develop with the passage of time. So that communication skills. Suppose there are no technical skills, but as soon as you grow older, so you gain some technical knowledge. So the skills which are actually present in your life, that is actually seen through the 5th house. 5th house also represents the flexibility and the level of adaptability which is present inside you. Now this is not the flexibility and adaptability I'm only talking from the personal or professional standpoint of view. It's also with regards to relationships, with regards to marriage also. Like how good you go along with other individuals, your capacity to understand the behavior, personality of other person, and whether you have the capacity to mold or adapt according to the requirement of other person. So that is also seen through the 5th house. Even at the time of horoscope matchmaking and compatibility analysis, we must need to analyze the 5th house of the D9 chart in both male and the female chart on the simultaneous basis. This will eventually help us to understand the more basic understandings. This is also the house which is the representation of the cumulative gains or the cumulative profits that both you and your partner that are going to receive after marriage. Now it's not necessarily the gains and profits are only in the form of money. It may be in the form of lifestyle. It may be in the form of having good quality education to your kids also, the relationship between you and your kids. So it represents all the good factors that you are going to enjoy in your life. Now whenever the planet like Ketu occupies the prominent positions in the Navamsha, and 5th house is actually the most prominent house of the D9 chart. What is happening in the initial stages of their life? They are looking for relationships. They are looking for companionships. In every person actually, they keep on seeking like, okay, I'm looking for love. So maybe someone can provide me love or that sort of a emotional nourishment or some sort of a support. So Ketu is actually looking for all that qualities. But Ketu will not be able to find any of these things, because even with this Ketu placement, if I will give you 100% love, affection, support, you might not be able to experience it from the very deep side. And that is where slowly over the passage of time, as soon as they evolve into a much younger and older personality, then they turn to understand one very important thing here. Like the love from other persons is not giving me the sense of fulfillment and enjoyment. And that is where they tend to seek the path of spirituality. And from the deep within, the seed of spirituality is present inside all these people who are watching this video. Because Ketu is going to become very prominent as soon as you grow older. Specifically try to study in which zodiac sign the Ketu is posited. Whether it's posited in the sign of Leo, Libra, Aquarius, or which zodiac sign the Ketu is posited. Now you need to check that planet actually. Just check the maturity age, okay? For example, Ketu is posited in Capricorn. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn and Saturn mature at the age of 36. So 36 is actually going to be that transformative year in front of you. Ketu is posited in Scorpio, Aries. These are ruled by Mars. So at the age of 28, the transformations will take place. Similarly, with all the other planets, Moon 24, Venus 25, Jupiter 16, Sun 21, Mercury 32, Saturn I told you 36. So in this way you can check. Even Rahu and Ketu, they are having their own maturity ages. That is the age of 42, Rahu, and 48 is the Ketu. So in whichever zodiac sign the Ketu is posited, that particular planet is the key planet that have the capacity to create your life revolving around these circumstances again and again and again. Because if this Ketu is particularly in conjunction with more than one planet, like Ketu is in conjunction with Saturn, Mars, or maybe Jupiter or any other planet, the more amount of planets that are in conjunction with Ketu in the D9 chart, it represents the more amount of cumulative karma that you need to burn in this present life. Now, if you want to study from which areas these karmas are coming into my life, now here you need to pay attention towards the D1 chart. That is the natal birth chart. Suppose your Ketu is in conjunction with Venus in the D9 chart. So look into the D1 chart actually, where the sign of Libra and Taurus is posited. So suppose the Taurus and Libra is posited in 2nd and 7th house. 2nd house is the family, and that is the house of your money, wealth and savings, and 7th house is your marriage and married life. It means the maximum amount of karmas, they are actually coming through that particular area. Now, depending over the dignity of this Ketu and along with the planetary conjunction, your financial status might going to increase or decrease over the passage of time. Your relationship with your family members might going to go good or bad. Even similarly with regards to 7th house of the relationships also and marriage also. Marriage have the capacity to take you upward or take you downward. But with this Ketu, this is totally going to be a unknown or hidden or something empty space. That is, hollowness is going to be created in that particular aspect. And that is where rather than feeling this emptiness and hollowness from other areas or seeking love from other person, you need to first of all give some sort of a things outside. Whatever you are thinking, like I'm going to receive these things in my life or I demand love, you need to start giving these things outward. Because Ketu also represents the deepest desire of a human being. It's not the planet which completely cut you off all the desires, no. Ketu is also a planet of desire, but this is the deepest desire. And it's not only the desire which is connected with financial gains and security and stability. Sometimes Ketu is going to actually look for a very spiritual partner. Ketu wants to enhance the qualities, specifically by the house placement. 5th house is also the house which represents the karmic connectivity between you and your children as well. And that is where sudden rise of luck or sudden bhagyodaya in your life is also going to be happening after obtaining the male child. Now, there are also going to be a lot of negative parts that are particularly associated with this Ketu. Specifically, if Ketu is posited in the sign of Scorpio, Ketu is posited in the sign of Aquarius, or if Rahu and Ketu axis is getting Vargottama in the D9 chart. Vargottama simply mean same zodiac sign placement of Ketu in the D1 and same zodiac sign placement into the D9 chart. So if Ketu is either in the zodiac sign of Scorpio or it's in the sign of Aquarius, or if it is Vargottama, then this represents the Drid karma or the fixed karma which you actually need to see specifically after the maturity age, after the age of 48. Here I will tell you the maturity age of planet Ketu is actually help you to unfold a lot of new karmas in front of you. You can just consider as a beginning of new life actually. It doesn't matter right now if you are married, having a family, kids or not, but as soon as you hit the age of 48, it represents the major transformations that are actually going to be happening into your life. Now, these transformations might going to be connected with your career, might going to be connected with the skill set also. Maybe initially you are working in a banking institution as a 9-to-5 job, maybe working as a counselor, as any other person. And as soon as you hit the age of 48, that is the maturity of Ketu, you immediately transform your career into the field of spirituality. So any major transformations in your life is also going to be triggering with this Ketu. Specifically, I request you to try to club the Vimshotri Mahadasha, that is the planetary timings, along with the Ketu and the specifically in which zodiac sign this Ketu is posited. So for example, Ketu is posited in the sign of Cancer. It means planet Moon. Now, whenever you are going to go through the Moon Mahadasha in your life, Vimshotri Dasha I'm talking about, this have the capacity to bring lot of transformations into your life. This is also the placement of Ketu. If it is with more benefics, like Ketu is with Jupiter Mercury, or maybe Venus, maybe Moon, if more benefics, if they are in conjunction with Ketu, then this is also going to give you a lot of supernatural abilities. Then this have the capacity to bless you with the good skills to become a very good Vedic astrologer, numerologer, palmistry, going into the occult sciences as well. Because Ketu represents that mystical urja. Originally, Ketu gained control over the sign of Scorpio along with the planet Mars. So Mars and Ketu, they both co-rule the sign of Scorpio. That is the 8th energy, which is the secret, that is the house of transformations also. And that is where learning Vedic astrology or involving into the occult studies have the capacity to transform these individuals' life into the much positive way. It's also a very good placement if you want to full-time go into the field of Vedic astrology. Any sort of healing subjects actually, it may be sound healing, vibrational healing, holistic healing, these kind of things are going to be very, very good for you. And that is where you will find your true essence or contentment. With Ketu in the 5th house of D9, contentment is not going to come by seeking love, care and affection. Contentment will only going to come in your life if you are going to give or share your knowledge, specifically the spiritual knowledge, with the outside world. So I hope you have gained some deep insights with this video with me. Now if you are having any queries, any consultations, you can feel free to contact me at my email ID. And I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Till then, please subscribe my channel below. Make sure to hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. You can send me super thanks also, even if you get a small insights with regards to Ketu placement. And also do follow me on Instagram as well. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.